Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team here on the PS5 with Brabham Racing. Right, it's round 12 of Season 4. We are heading to Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. Evening, Victor. Evening, Dino. Hello to everybody else in chat as well. Right. We are absolutely flying at the moment in Season 4. We are picking up win after win. And at the moment, we're picking up 1-2 after 1-2 as well. We are on such an amazing run of results. And you can see the proof in the pudding as we sit a massive margin ahead of Red Bull in the in the Constructors' Championship. We are 254 points clear after just 11 rounds. That is a monstrous margin. Absolutely huge. And then in the Drivers' Championship, Oscar Piastri leading on 231 points. More heroics from Antonelli yesterday saw him move into second place. He has picked up 4 wins, equaling Oscar Piastri, but Antonelli has only been in the team for 6 Grand Prix, and in that time he has won 4 races and a sprint and has yet to finish off the podium. He has been phenomenal for us so far, and it's entirely possible that he could catch and even pass Oscar before the end of this year, given how many points he's racked up already. Our former driver, George, sits in P6, now out of contract without the team after we replaced him for Miami with Antonelli. It would have happened at the beginning of the season, but contract issues prevented us from doing the switch straight away. And so I'm kind of curious as to where Antonelli would be had he been in the team from day one. Maybe he would be top right now. Maybe. It would certainly be very, very close, nip and tuck between the two. Charles Leclerc sits in third. Max, resurgent this season, in fourth place on 135 points. He scored just 2 points all season last year. Williams definitely back with a bang this season. Gasly has been picking up some good points in the last few races as well. That car is getting better and better. And it's nice to see Williams back near the front again, especially as we head to Silverstone. We have 4 days until the start of the race. We've got about 1.9 mil in the bank, which we're hanging on to for now. But more importantly, we have finally started the wind tunnel upgrade. Been waiting to get this done since the beginning of our playthrough. We're now halfway through Season 4, and we've only just finally been able to scrape enough money together to get the wind tunnel upgraded. Such has been the lack of prioritization for that particular facility and the CFD simulator against other more pressing concerns, fighting a lack of cash, fighting replacement parts, fighting developing the car to get it to where it is now. Now, hopefully, as we round out our final season with Brabham before our move to rebuild Ferrari, we can get the team in a pretty decent position for them to continue that run of form when we sell the team to Cadillac, which will start the process of that in the next couple of Grand Prix. Negotiations are ongoing. Evening, Farah. How are you? Thank you for the 2p. Right. Let's take a quick look at our driver confidence levels. Look at that. Full enthusiasm across the board for Oscar Piastri and almost for Kimi. He is unhappy with his performance versus teammate, but that is an unfair kind of negative that has been pushed upon him because he's only been in the team, as I say, for 6 races, not the full 11. And yet he is actually outscoring his teammate quite significantly in that 6 race period. So, yeah, that will hopefully go away. And as I say, I think the gap is going to get smaller and smaller as the season progresses. We shall see. Everyone else is really, really happy as well. The car is average on paper, according to that. I still don't know if this is accurate. I get the feeling it can't be. I mean, I know our drivers have got high confidence, supremely high confidence right now, and it's giving them a really good boost to their stats. But surely our car is actually better than this. If the performance has been as good as it has been, so I don't generally tend to put too much faith in exactly what that is showing us there. I think our car is better than 13th and 14th on the grid. Now we have 3 research projects going, 2 which are going to finish in just over a week, 1 that's going to finish in a month, and a new rear wing that'll be ready in about a month, in time for us to build that for Zandvoort when we come back from the mid-season break. We still have our factory shut down, but we don't need to build anything just yet, which is quite nice. Let's advance time a little bit. Something in our inbox requires our attention. The factory is back up and running. No structural damage, so we could actually have left it open, but whenever I generally take that gamble, it always turns out that there's a fault, so better safe than sorry, I think. There could also be some fine margins between the cars. Yes, this is true. There will be fine margins between some of the cars. But, I mean, if we do a direct car analysis comparison, which we haven't done for a while, actually, let's take a look, first of all, at Red Bull. They are our biggest challengers. They are almost a kilometre an hour faster than us. They have better acceleration than us. They have the best acceleration on the grid. Their DRS is significantly better than ours by about 5%. They have more downforce than us in every department. We do have slightly better dirty air performance. Tyre wear is slightly, and I do mean slightly, in our favour. They are quite a way ahead in the cooling department, and our car is slightly lighter. Let's take a quick look at Williams. Williams have the fastest car, according to this, in terms of top speed. And they have the best DRS as well. And you can see the gap there then in terms of where our speed sits against the very best and where our DRS sits against the very best is quite significant. It's almost a full kilometre an hour in terms of straight line speed. That is not an insubstantial amount. And in terms of DRS performance, only one team with a DRS performance worse than ours. I'm guessing it might be Ferrari. We'll have a look in a minute. We are a fraction under 65%. They're at nearly 73%. So, again, quite a significant margin there. Although we do have a little edge on them in the low speed downforce. They are definitely higher than us in the medium and high speed. And the dirty air as well. So, our car is lacking in a couple of crucial areas. Let's take a quick look at Ferrari, because we haven't seen just how bad Ferrari are. Let's see what kind of... Oh my god, even Ferrari's quicker than us. They really have improved their car. So it's literally just down to the drivers as to why they're doing quite so bad now. Their speed is better than ours. Their DRS is slightly better than ours. Their downforce is better than us across the board. Better tyre wear, better engine cooling. They really have been working hard on the car this year. I want to have a look at Mercedes as well, because we've seen a bit of an uptick in performance from them this year. They're still struggling with the downforce. Speed isn't amazing either, although a little bit better than us. Let's compare to Carlos. Yeah, identical cars. And who else has been a surprise for us this season? Let's take a look at McLaren. They've kind of dropped away a bit in terms of results, but I mean, their car is still looking good. Is it the same for both? Yeah, same for both drivers. So a little bit faster than us, about 0.4 kilometers an hour. We have better acceleration, quite significantly actually. They have better DRS. They have better downforce across the board. Much better downforce than us. Better cooling as well. Although that will mean that they'll get hurt slightly more than us by the regulation changes next season. Yeah. Okay, well, at least we can see where we are in relation to our biggest rivals. Let's advance to Silverstone. Oh, Victor Martin, who's having a great season this season, finally, in F2, is retiring from Formula One. Well, he's retiring from the Formula class and will be going to a different category of motorsport. Maybe he's going to go to IndyCar. Ramon Espinosa, who started as our reserve driver before we binned him off to Ferrari, and then Ferrari binned off all of their reserves last year. He is retiring. But yeah, Victor Martin, he could have got on the grid next year. He's young-ish, early 20s. He's got an 80 overall rating. A lot of drivers are now below him in terms of overall rating, and he's winning races in F2 this year. Paul Aaron also stepping away. I don't know if he was going to make it onto the grid at any point, but Victor Martin looked like he actually had an opportunity at getting a seat next year. He's stepping away from the FIA formulas. It's a bit of a surprise. All right, let's set our targets for Silverstone. This could be a bit more of a tricky race for us. Very much a power circuit. A vast amount of it is just flat out. And as we've seen, we are lacking against our rivals in terms of speed and in DRS and also in downforce. And the corners are fast-flowing corners. Downforce needed for those as well. So we could be a little bit off the boil today, whereas we've been very comfortable in competing for the podiums and in a couple of races very comfortable just running away at the front, whereas others have been a little bit more tense throughout the race. This one is going to be tense all the way through. We are definitely not favourites to win this, but I'd like to think we will still be in the mix for podiums, maybe even the win.
Welcome and come on in to the home of British motor racing. It's Silverstone, where the Formula One World Championship began back in 1950. And this historic high-speed track remains a challenge for our drivers' courage and determination to this very day.
Taking a look at the top of the constructors' standings, we've got a team that's starting to pull away. And at the season halfway point, time is starting to run out for teams to push ahead.
The weekend begins here.
Evening, Army. So, quite heavy rain here at the start of practice. I get the feeling that it's going to wash away pretty quickly and go down to just inters. Let's put in our practice parts. Let's start by going with the 16% engine, 28% gearbox. And this will be when we change our ARS, when we get to qualifying for the first time this season. So they are now starting to get a little bit worn out. Lost my train of thought for a second there. There we go. Forgot what I was doing for a second. We want normally about 18 laps. We are not going to put the rookies in here today. So let's give a 22 lap run. And we are not beholden to the weather anymore. We don't have to go out as soon as the green flag flies, because we're taking a different approach to practice sessions this year. So we can sit and wait for the rain to subside a bit if we want to. Let's start with our setup. It's quite a low-ish downforce circuit, so the front wing's usually somewhere between 5 and 6, sometimes slightly higher, but very, very rarely. And we're looking at around an 11, 11.5, potentially even a 12 on the rear wing. I'm going to start with a 6 and 11. Let's go with an 8.2 on our roll bar. We want our camber to be quite high, I think, and somewhere around the middle for our toe. We'll do something slightly different with Antonelli's car. So we'll go with slightly less front wing, same rear wing. Go a little bit more extreme on our roll bar, and then we'll go slightly differently here on the camber. So we'll keep it quite middle-ish on the camber. We'll go quite extreme on the toe. So we'll flip the tyre camber and the toe around on this car. See if that works. Let's take a look at that weather. Oop. Yeah, it is going to subside a little bit, so I'm just going to go straight out on inters rather than going out on wets and coming back in again. And I'm going to send them out relatively, well, straight away, because 22 laps is probably going to be about 35 minutes of running, maybe pushing 40 minutes of running, and the rain's going to disappear in about 30 minutes. So I don't want to overly cook these tyres and risk an accident.
Radio check. Yeah, radio's loud and clear.
Oh, I didn't change Antonelli's tyres.
Radio check. That's loud and clear. Oh, that's critical. Copy.
Just calling back in.
Copy.
I could have sworn I'd changed those. There we go. Edmund Wayne.
How are the tires? Tyre temps are still low.
I am expecting Max to be very quick here tonight.
Oscar, how's the car?
All right, first bit of feedback. Let's have a look. Ooh, nice and strong out the gate, 96%. Very nice. 72% for Antonelli.
Not bad.
So maybe we go the other way then with a camber and toe on his car, switch it round closer to Oscar's. We'll have a look when we get back to the garage. The wet runners are going to start coming in for inters now.
Surface temperatures currently looking quite low.
Who is Bar? Is that Bartoletto? No, it's Bortoletto, isn't it? Bar. Oh, Taylor Barnard. Victor Martin getting a run out in that Williams at the moment. Vesti running for Alpine alongside Joe. Fuji is running in one of the McLarens. Behrman's in a Red Bull. Yeah. We know about Barnard. That's it for rookies.
No rain in pit lane.
And now the rain has stopped, so these tyres are going to start to overheat pretty soon.
Slide this tyre a little bit more, try and get it in the window.
How many laps have we done so far? 19. Okay, so we're not too far away from coming in, actually. Timed that quite well. Rain has lasted a little bit longer than expected, as you can see. About an extra 10 minutes.
Just any feedback on DRS has been enabled.
So we are 4 away. That means I need to click this 3 times, but then I'm going to have to correct something else, which means I'm probably going to have to click it 4 times. And I've got to make sure I go the right way. I don't know if I want to do it that way. I'm going to go the other way. Let's go with that. See if that works. And if it doesn't, we can always revert back, and 96 is more than good enough for what we're going to need this weekend anyway. So we don't have to go chasing the perfection of 100% setups this year. It's always nice to do so. Okay, so yeah, this is very much the wrong way round. So we need to bring that back. Too much or too little on the front wing? We do that. Bring that to there. Oh, this is tricky. I'm going to go all the way up to a 6.5. I don't normally go that high on the front wing, but I'm a little lost on which way to go here. Hang on, we ran a 5.5. I can't make too much of a drastic change because I'm going to break the rear wing if I do that. So I'll probably only get away with 1 click on the front wing. So we'll take it down to a 5. I'll have to bring that down. That's now too much. So maybe it is a 6, and we have to push that up that way a bit more. Counter it with... Yeah, I think that's too much on the cornering. This is a tricky one. We'll try that. See how that works. This is going to be a bit of a head scratcher, this one, I think. So Victor Martin's out on hard tyres. Gasly did a qualifying run by the look of it. Just a couple of laps on softs. Okay. Next session, we'll go with the hard tyres. We'll go with 20 laps of fuel. That might be more than we need. Just going to stick with 15, you know. I can see if that's good enough. The longer we can preserve the life of these practice parts as well before we have to start using other ones, the better.
Okay, Oscar, so the track will go green now.
Well, we've got wet weather again, haven't we? It's going to go to inters. But we need to make sure we're not overeating into our allocation of softs. So running on these hard tyres for 15 minutes or 15 laps should be fine. That'll be about 20 minutes of running. Maybe 25.
And we want to generate some temperature for this outlet.
Copy. Wake up those rear brakes.
Copy.
Just be mindful of curves.
Copy. I think it's starting to rain again.
Okay, copy.
Oh, the inhumanity, the indignity. We are slower than the Ferrari. A little bit wetter than I would like for these tyres, but needs must. I might just call them in as soon as we get the feedback.
Feedback on the car?
Oh, big improvement, but still
Yeah, roger that.
only at 90%. Oh,
Okay.
one click of toe away on Oscar. Let's call them in now.
Okay, understood.
So that has to go there. Where did we go wrong? That is an 8-2. Okay. Let's go with that then. Evening, Adrian. Mechanical fault developing for Teo. See if that translates into actual engine damage. I just want to remind myself, who is using what engine? So, Red Bull have to use Red Bull. Williams are using Ferrari engines. Renault engines in McLaren. We're using Honda engines. And there we go. Into the final session with mediums. Another 15 laps planned. Let's just drop the pace settings down. And out we go.
Sessions should be starting now. So our driver prep is at 50, so now we would need 100% setups to get that to 100. But if that keeps going up, it gives us wiggle room on the setup itself. Because our setup is not being counted as yet. We're at 94% for Kimi, so he found another little bump. Still not enough.
Firm, I think that is currently understood.
We're going to need to keep him out a little bit longer.
Oscar, is the car all okay?
Oscar's done. We can actually call him in right now.
Understood, Oscar.
So we will do. Antonelli wants to come in. We're going to tell him to stay out another couple of laps. Well, now we'll call him in.
Pit lane.
We're at 54%. That might not be enough wiggle room.
Yeah, stop any marks and switch off.
Ah, okay. I wonder, is that the setup we've got on Oscar's car? Yeah. So it looks like they're actually running identical setups. It's rare that both cars have the same setup, but it's not unheard of. We've had it a few times in the past across all three versions of the game. It's definitely a pretty uncommon occurrence. And he is just at 100, so hopefully I haven't made a mistake with those changes and made it worse. I don't think I have. I think I've got it to like 98, 99, maybe even 100. But if it stays the same or only improves by 1%, that's fine. That's still going to be full driver prep for Antonelli. And we'll see if that's worked when we get to quali, which is up next.
Welcome everyone to qualifying. This should be a good one.
The high-speed corners at Silverstone are a great challenge for the cars and drivers. The technical Sector 1 rewards strong mechanical grip, while high-speed aerodynamic efficiency will come into play in the final two sectors.
Now, Karun, you and I were actually just talking about that man there, Max Verstappen. How do you think he'll be feeling today?
They must be feeling good after their fast lap times in practice. Confidence can do great things for a driver, so I'm excited to see how they handle qualifying.
Here we go, folks. It's time to get started.
dry running now for the rest of the weekend, which is nice. Let's put in our better parts. Let's see, 72%. Yeah, we can get away with that engine here, I think. You know what? No, I'm going to go, because we will be suffering a little drop in power there. Not a massive one, but a little drop. We'll go with a new engine, which will then go back to the other engine for Hungary, and then put this engine back in again for Spa. We'll put our new ERS in for the first time. That gearbox is absolutely fine. The reduced running we've been doing through practices this year has certainly prolonged the life of the practice parts. Put us in really good shape. The fact that our secondary gearbox is only suffering about 25% wear so far after nearly half a season is fantastic. And we are ready to head to track. Send Kimmy out first. No point trying to mess around with soft tyres, with medium tyres. They just will not be quick enough around this circuit. And we'll ride with the world champion.
Warm the tyres where you can.
Copy.
Max out early again as well. And now we'll have a definite benchmark to test our speed against. He and Leclerc, I think, will be the two favourites for the pole position shootout. But we have seen Leclerc struggling to get out of qualifying in the last couple of races, whether by an error or just bad timing with traffic. He has had to start from the back of the grid and fight his way through in Barcelona, last night in Austria. Max has not had it all his own way this year in qualifying either. He has also had a few moments when he's been eliminated early.
All clear ahead.
And a pit lane start as well to replace a part. I think Max is actually going to be the first one to set a time. I think he might have snuck out ahead of us.
You're good to open the lap.
Yes, he did. No, he's between us. Max is between our two drivers. Potentially a little bit of traffic there for Antonelli. 24.8. Max goes quicker. It's a 24.8 as well for Oscar, so it doesn't look like he got held up in that first sector, did Kimi? Just slower than Max.
Didn't get out of the way.
Yeah, we saw that.
Oh, we're catching a car in a really bad spot. Oh, what a disaster for Piastri. He lost so much time there through Maggots and Beckett's. 125.2. We have a yellow flag. Please be Max. Nope. 124.8. Wow, 4/10 quicker than us. And it's a lock-up for Petit.
Right, we're down at turn 5. Well, you can see the
Oh, that's a really strange
it.
mistake. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Piastri 2 seconds off the pace thanks to that hold-up.
If you could keep your pace up on the in-lap.
And we are definitely up against it in qualifying. 4/10 behind Verstappen. That's a big margin. Gasly not getting a clean first run either. Nor does Leclerc.
Let's go pit lane.
Pit lane speed limiter on. Pull up in front of our garage.
Alright, let's try this again. Looks like Ocon is coming through for a lap. Did we hold him up through Maggots and Beckett's? I don't think we did.
Good to go.
Got an Aston popping out of the pit lane. And another Aston on an in-lap. That could be bad.
Drive straight out, track will be clear.
So Oscar happy to open a lap.
Lift for Antonelli getting held up by the second Aston. Yeah, does not improve in the middle. See the 37.3. See how much time he lost against Piastri there. .4 of a second. So no improvement for Antonelli then.
Yeah, we're happy with that.
Oscar will improve though. Oscar up to second, a 10th away from Verstappen, but it needed 2 runs with higher confidence to do it.
Okay, that's decent, Oscar.
Leclerc now leaving the pits for his second flying lap. We're done in this session. We're not going to go again. Keep an eye on Charles. Needs to find a lap. Gasly also needs to find a lap. Oh, and it's bad start for Leclerc, getting held by a Ferrari. Gasly's on an in-lap, so Gasly's at risk unless he goes out for a new one. Is he on track? He's in the pits. He's got time to go out. But Leclerc in trouble. Rest of this lap needs to be faultless. He might even end up getting a little bit of a tow down the hangar straight here. which will help him out. Gasly's still in the pits, and I think he's left it too late to go out now. So Gasly might be done. I know he's just going out now. Has he left it too late, or has he timed it perfectly? He's got another car in front. And that's another Aston. That'll be Van Dorn. Here comes Leclerc. And Leclerc, it's only P16. Leclerc could get eliminated here. So now it's all down to Gasly. Oh, and he's now been bunched right up to the back of Van Dorn. This is going to hurt him. It's going to compromise both of them. He's going to cross the line with 6 seconds to spare. He immediately goes on the attack. And has lost ground as a result. Leclerc is out. Someone has improved, so Leclerc is already out. Will Gasly join him? Down the hanger straight towards Stowe. Sweeps around the right-hander. Up to the end of the lap, past the pit entrance. And he's out as well. He improved. He found 0.3 of a second, but it was not enough. Ricciardo has pipped him by 0.02 of a second. So, 2 big casualties in Q1 here. Gasly and Leclerc both out. 17th and 18th. Also out Iwasa, Lawson, and surprise, surprise, Petit and Mori in the 2 Ferraris. Oh, look at that. Just one click of toe away. I overdid it. Should have gone to a 0.75. So not quite identical setups, but almost. Ricciardo chasing us out of the pits. And Max again coming out early. He's now chasing out Ricciardo.
And we want to generate some temperature with this outlet. Perfect. We'll focus on the brakes a bit. Copy.
I thought I'd sent Antonelli out. I've sent out Piastri first. Never mind. They've both got clear air. That's the important thing. Now we start winding up the pace. Flying lap incoming. Do we have traffic to deal with? Yes, we do. We've got a McLaren exiting the pits. That's going to be Porsche, I think.
It's all clear ahead.
No, it's Norris.
Yeah, good to
We'll
go.
get clear of Norris, of Perez. There's Perez. Oh, and we immediately get held by Norris.
We saw that.
Little bit of a loss. Could have been worse, but still not ideal. Ricardo's definitely getting held up. Oh, Max getting held up as well with Perez. Antonelli, the only one with a clean run through the first sector. And now he's going to get held here at the start of the second sector. Oh, what a disaster. Luckily, we're on scrubs, so it's not the end of the world. But frustrating that yet another lap is a waste. We'll complete it anyway, just to get a banker in. We have a yellow flag.
Yellow.
And Porsche having caused some... no, it's Norris who caused the problem, wasn't it? Porsche, on his flying lap, drops it in a big way at Brooklands. So, 126.4, that's not quick.
And Oscar reminded Delta negative end of that.
But Max suffered even more than we did. Ricardo definitely suffering as well.
Yeah.
Antonelli, there we go, over 5/10 clear, 125.9. And there is more time to find when we put on a fresh set of softs. See what sort of time Ocon can do. He might not have had a clean start to the lap either, but he has gone top, just pipping Joe. And we're going to go early. And hope that that's just going to give us some clear track. And then we'll just have to sit and wait and see what happens.
Oh, that's critical.
Yep.
So track looking pretty quiet at the moment. Got a couple of cars on in laps. Oh, great. Norris coming out the pits just as we're coming through again. God damn you, Lando. I know you want to win your home Grand Prix, but this is taking the piss now. It's a conspiracy, I tell you.
Good to go.
We might just get away with this. We did. See how Antonelli fares.
Yeah, copy, we saw that.
Not so lucky for Antonelli. Held up through Brooklands and Luffield. Oh, come on. Ah, I don't believe our luck. It's terrible. And now that's another lap. Another unnecessary lap. Put on tyres.
Okay, so remember pit lane speed limiter. Stop in front of the garage.
Oh, I said this race would be a challenge. It might be a challenge just to get both cars in a comfortable position here.
So stop on your mark, switch off.
Last throw of the dice here for Oscar. He is definitely in a little bit of trouble here. Currently in the drop zone. Antonelli is a little bit better off, but not safe. Not yet.
Wake up those rear brakes.
Stop here.
So we're just coming through now.
Last chance then to try and progress.
Drive straight out. Track will be clear.
Can we finally get a clean run?
So no one ahead. Good to go.
Alright, that's progress. Both drivers improving in the first sector. Antonelli's now in the drop zone as well. I didn't think his time would be safe. So both our drivers are in peril here. Whew, he got out of the way just in time. He's going to get in the way of Antonelli, though. No, Antonelli's going to get eliminated. He's going to lose a huge amount of time there. Ah, God damn it. Piastri crosses the line, goes P2. Has Antonelli done enough to just squeeze through? No, no improvement at all. Antonelli is out in P13, and his afternoon just got so much more complicated.
Sessions should be starting now.
We'll go out straight away. Hopefully, we're going to be less likely to get held up. Given that it is a shorter session, we may yet still get traffic. How you doing, Clark? This race is definitely going to be the biggest test of Antonelli's fledgling career so far. Let's see how well he overcomes it. And the fact that we've had to use the tyres more than I wanted to does potentially compromise a viable two-stop strategy for Oscar a little bit.
Oscar, you've got a clear track.
The soft, medium, soft, or the soft, soft, medium may not be possible now, having to do an extra run on one of those two sets of soft tyres. We won't have two new sets anymore. I don't know if I want to try the one-stop medium to hard. Max has gone quicker than us again.
P1.
125.6. Not a bad first effort, but it certainly won't be good enough for pole. Ocon has improved. Max not getting a clean run. Norris getting very badly held up. Good. It's karma for his shenanigans in Q2. I'm going to have the McLaren of Sainz just in front of me. That might work out quite nicely for us if we can actually get a slipstream from him down the hangar straight on our flying lap.
And we want to generate some temperature for this outlap.
Copy.
So the McLarens are going to trip over each other here. Porsche right in the exhaust fumes here of Lando Norris. And if Norris gets held up by anybody, that's going to have an instant and immediate knock-on effect to Porsche as well.
Good gap in front.
Let's go.
Right, we're not close enough to Sainz to be affected by him. For good or bad. Norris goes top. Porsche stays 7th. And it's a purple first sector for Piastri. Max is running in the wheel tracks of Logan, Sargent or Joe. I'm not sure which one it is. Sargent. But he is not quicker than us in the first sector. We have the advantage here. Ocon now goes top, a 125.0. And we're purple in the middle sector. Could Oscar steal pole here? When that hasn't really looked likely. This is the cleanest lap we've had all qualifying. Not a hint of traffic anywhere. A 124.8 from Sainz. We do a 124.7. That is a mighty lap from Carlos Sainz. We managed to find exactly 1/10 to go ahead of him. What can Max do? Sargent improves to P3. Max is only P7. What about Ocon? He's the last potential contender now, I think, to steal pole away from us. He's on an in-lap. Joe now up into P4. Alpine are locking out the second row right now. Only Albon left. He crosses the line, stays in 10th. That's it. It's Sainz in second place. Alpine third and fourth. Ocon in P5. Norris P6. 7th for Tsunoda. 8th for Verstappen. 9th for Porsche. 10th for Albon. And although it's going to be a difficult afternoon for Antonelli to come through, Piastri, sitting on pole, has a golden opportunity here with so many of his rivals way down the order. Max in 8th. Antonelli out in Q2. Gasly and Leclerc out in Q1.
"52 laps around Silverstone await our drivers as the anticipation continues to build."
Silverstone is certainly a circuit rich in Formula One history. From Giuseppe Farina winning the first championship race held here in 1950, right through to Lewis Hamilton's 2008 masterclass on racing in the rain.
Silverstone demands a lot of power from cars with numerous twists and historic turns. Downforce is going to be a key factor to manage if teams want to succeed here. Welcome to race day. And before we get down to it, last-minute checks are being made.
So what are we going to do then with strategy? We are slightly compromised on that second set of softs now with Oscar. What I could do, start on the scrubs, go 15 laps, and then do that. There we go, 16 laps. Go really aggressive on that opening set of tyres for Antonelli. Try and punch our way through a little bit. Going to go with some extra fuel. You're going to go with 2 extra laps of fuel. So we can really pump the aggression. And with that, I think we are ready. Let's send them to the grid for the start of the British Grand Prix.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. The Sauber driver knows this could be a good chance to really prove themselves.
At the back of the pack with a disappointing P19 grid position, surely the only way is up from here.
Right, let's get to it then. Hold on tight. It's the British Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
It's a good start from us. Sainz is going to hold second. Looks like the Alpines are on mediums. They are. That's going to potentially help us keep Ocon at bay, who's also on soft tyres. Not many starting on the softs. Most people going for mediums. Antonelli up to P12. Gaining a place. Someone running wide in the background there. I think it was Ricciardo. And Sainz has got the move done on Oscar already. He's really going for it at the start here. And you can see Ocon has got past Sargent. We have a yellow flag. Is that a spin for one of the Ferraris?
There's a yellow flag.
It is. It's Petit again.
Now this is turn 6.
Running in last place and spins out to stay in last place. Perez snapping at the heels of Antonelli at the moment. We are saving the battery. Do not want to use it too soon. It's so hard to charge it back up again on this track. Ocon now lurking, harrying and hassling and threatening his way to try and get past Joe. He'll have to push the battery now with Oscar.
Use overtake. Copy.
Before we lose touch with Sainz.
DRS is enabled. So Oscar, we are currently...
And we'll have to do the same with Kimi as well. We are verging on dropping his DRS.
He's 1.3 behind. Car behind.
I think we might just keep it.
Joe 0.5. Overtake is available.
Copy.
Just show me what you've got then.
Joe has got past in the DRS zone.
Deep breath. You're going to be okay.
Alpine now up at P2.
Okay, Oscar, recharge on. Copy. Use the overtake button. Copy.
And Antonelli's stuck in this train at the moment.
I am trying.
Keep your head down.
Chance for Kimi. Getting closer again. Will Oscar have a lunge? Joe shuts the door.
Overtaking is very, very difficult.
There's still opportunities here.
Your recharge on is good. Yep.
Oh, there was a potential move on then. Van Dorn just chopping in front of us. Had to lift to avoid a collision. Surely Oscar now will get the move done on Joe. Maybe not. He is a bit of a way behind again.
Time management all good so far.
can't find a way through, and that dirty air is going to melt the tyres more than the push level can allow for. So we have to ease the tyre pace down. Rough start. We knew this was going to be a difficult race for us. We have another yellow flag. And it's the other Ferrari with a mistake now.
We're watching the Ferrari. Everything's all right here. Very heavy on the brakes. Now, they did leave it very late.
Copy.
Once again, Ocon is just threatening in the background, making it harder for us to concentrate on pushing forward. It is a procession of cars from Joe all the way down to Antonelli, and then a little gap back to Stroll.
Copy.
Lawson develops a pretty serious looking fault.
But there! Oh dear, that's not what they need right now.
We are probably quite a bit heavier than some of the other cars around us as well. They have a tendency to underfuel by quite a few laps. We've gone heavy so that we can push for this entire stint. Maybe that was the wrong call, but it's done now, and we finally get the move done. And let's push what's left of our battery to try and give us a little bit of breathing room, maybe get back onto Carlos.
Good job. Okay, that's Sainz ahead.
Antonelli's still trying to hang on to the back of Teo. He's been dropped.
Yeah. Recharge on.
Copy. So let's start closing up that gap.
Struggling to get on terms here
Overtake available.
with Sainz.
Copy.
That Mercedes looking very, very lively, and just straight past us there goes Logan Sargent in DRS.
Okay, we don't want to lose too much time. Car behind is now Joe.
And this is where our lower top end speed and our poor DRS is really going to hurt us around this track. Down the Wellington Straight and down the Hangar Straight. And now we're going to get picked off by Zhou as well, and possibly even Ocon. Side by side as we approach the end of the lap into the club chicane.
No, hop done.
And we do drop yet another place. 5th place now for Oscar Piastri. Still 12th place here for Kimi Antonelli.
Copy.
Recharge on. Yeah. Recharge button on.
Ocon on those softs is trying to bolt away already. We've got to see if we can go with him if we can. I don't think we can. I think he's already too far ahead.
1.1 now.
Yeah, and we're just going to get picked off here by Zhou. Or again, we're 2 seconds down to the cars in front. Sargent's leading this race right now, or he was briefly until I cursed him. Back in front again.
Recharge on.
Got Gasly right behind me now. Leclerc's still down in 16th place. There he is, making a move on Perez in the background. We are falling further and further away from Esteban Ocon as he continues to push forward, going after the front two. He's almost on them now. Still no progress made for Antonelli. We need some battery. It's the only way we're going to move forward here. Zhou is through, and I've got Norris swarming all over me.
There are opportunities ahead. Car behind is Lando. Make sure we get the pack back.
Did not think Alpine would be all the way up here. I thought maybe they just got lucky because of the early eliminations in qualifying, but they are looking quick. They're probably there in the top 10 on merit.
Push and hold it, overtake.
Copy.
And Antonelli makes a move. Goes around the outside of Pourchaire. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. Finally, Antonelli gets a move done.
Let's keep this up. Currently we are P11. Next car is Albon. He has DRS.
We're going to go up the inside here. Can we get the power down around the outside? Yes, we can. And then immediately cut to the inside. And that, I think, is Yuki disposed of as well. A great lap so far for Kimi Antonelli, up 3 places.
Currently P9.
Tsunoda just putting a couple of wheels on the grass there, and that's cost him against Albon.
And if you can just cool the tyres as much as you can.
Copy.
Recharge on, please. Lando will get DRS this lap.
Oh, we've been caught out. Zhou pushed with his battery. Norris tried to use his battery to get past us. We held that one off with our later braking there. Let's get back after Zhou quickly. Currently the fastest man on track as well. He's 2 seconds clear now. He is going for it. Does not want us anywhere near him. Going to be powerless to stop Norris going through. And that's another place lost for Oscar. Down to 6th place.
They're struggling a bit.
This is not going well.
Charge on is good.
Not going well at all.
Let's push and get past him.
You are currently P6. Ahead of you is Lando.
Verstappen now the car behind.
Luckily the race leaders have condensed back up. We're only 4 seconds off the lead right now, but we were the lead at the start of this race.
So currently that's P9. Gap 0.4. Still got L1 now behind. Gap 0.2. Charge the pack.
Recharge on.
Now Max is looking aggressive behind me. And keep him behind. Antonelli gets past, or does he? No. And I've lost ground to Norris, trying to get some battery in the car.
We're ready for you.
So Max is going to jump me
And
on the
recharge
Wellington,
should be on.
coming out of Aintree. Oscar's just going backwards here.
If you could just give us tyre feedback.
We think there's still opportunities here.
And our drivers are going to be nose to tail with each other in just a moment, by the look of it.
We have overtake available. Yeah, he did get DRS.
Yeah, copy.
And that is Antonelli through. Again, the
We are ready for you.
saving grace for us is that most of the front runners have stayed together. Sargent's broken away by 2 seconds at the front of the race. Thought Norris might be vulnerable for a second, but he managed to just get back into Verstappen's DRS, so we'll continue harvesting. Ocon now into the pits, first of the front runners to box. Getting off those soft tyres. He'll be looking for a good undercut here. This could propel him into a net lead. Going onto a set of medium tyres. It's a decent stop. See how quick it was. 2.3. No, not that quick in the grand scheme of things.
Recharge on.
Yeah.
I think I've just about got Piastri's battery recharged. Sargent now 2.5 seconds ahead of Verstappen, who's got in front of Sainz. Joe's still up there in P4 as well, ahead of Norris. Let's see, where is Ocon? He's down in 20th place, ahead of the two Ferraris, who are a mile behind already. Have they stopped yet? No, they haven't. Iwasa and Lawson are in the way, and they are scrapping. So they might prove a little problematic. But I think Ocon will get through fairly quickly. The longer it takes him to get through, the better for us. Lining up a move on Iwasa.
Sweet.
Who has now lost the DRS, and there goes Ocon. Lawson next. We got past Norris. I didn't quite catch the replay in time. I'm actually going to box Oscar a lap early.
He has DRS.
Okay to close the gap.
We'll go one more lap with Antonelli. His tyres will be more durable. Field is so tightly packed here. And Antonelli gets the move done. As into the pits comes Max Verstappen and Oscar as well. Antonelli now is going to go for his stop. And he gets himself onto a set of softs. Oh, it's a bad stop. 6.3 seconds. Max in and out. What a disaster for Oscar. He's lost a place to Van Dorn. And we come out right behind Ocon.
Ocon.
Copy that.
And into the pits now for Kimi. Tsunoda coming in behind us. Sainz is in the pits. Oh, 1.873. What a blistering stop for Antonelli. Two tenths quicker than the next fastest stop. That is blisteringly quick.
Currently P13. Ocon ahead. Gap 0.6.
And Antonelli is ahead of Oscar, thanks to that disastrous stop for Oscar.
Has DRS.
Okay, tyre temperatures are good.
Be careful with the car.
We don't need to take any risks.
Now Sargent into the pits from the lead. Gasly, Albon and Perez all coming in as well. That's a good stop. They come out just in front of us. Leclerc's gone through. He's ahead of Ocon just, and there's us right behind.
Overtake is available.
Use overtake.
And now that the tyres are up to 10, we're going to start pushing. See if we can catch out Sargent here. Ocon's got through. Antonelli's going to get through up the inside. Ooh, Piastri trying to find a way to follow through. Leclerc into the pits. Oh, and there's a dive bomb there from Tsunoda. What a move from Yuki.
Good job. So currently...
Can we immediately take the place back? No, because Yuki's going to tuck into the slipstream. Meanwhile, Antonelli's fight through the field continues. New fastest lap for Valtteri Bottas, so 129.6.
We're good on
And we finally get the move back on Tsunoda, or do we? Look how condensed this field is. This is so tight. This is the tightest the grid's been all season.
Lovely stuff.
Well done, Oscar. Really
And there we go.
Next
Antonelli
up,
and Piastri back together again as we get past Logan Sargent.
Nice.
Good job.
Zhou boxes now from the lead. Norris and Pourchaire both coming in as well. Oh, Pourchaire is going to lose out really badly here.
I am trying.
Keep your head down.
It was a quick stop for Norris, but he had to sit there and wait through the whole thing. Oh, it's a blisteringly quick stop for Porsche. Very quick stop. Look at that, a 1.98 second stop. We're still quickest, but it has knocked our other car, which was never going to stay in the top 10, out of the top 10.
He has DRS.
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
While we're tucked up like this, we're going to try and just ease the wear rate a little bit. Because we're too tightly compacted to get any kind of run anywhere. Couple of good thumbnail options there. So Verstappen leads from Sainz by 3.5 seconds. Van Dorn tucked up right behind Sainz. That's right in front of us, with Ocon between us as well. Then it's Antonelli and Piastri. Sargent, Tsunoda, Gasly all tucked up behind us. Little gap then to Zhou, who lost some time by staying out that extra few laps. We are now out of spare fuel, so we're going to go back to a balanced push pace.
So we need to introduce more lift and coast. Yeah, he did get DRS.
I'll put Antonelli in low attack. I meant to put him in low defence. Never mind.
Use overtake.
Overtake available.
And that's a potential move around the outside. He's got it done so far. Can he complete? Yes, he can. Antonelli moves up into P4. And now Piastri's having a look. Pushed out wide. Under pressure now as well from Sargent behind. Blocked back into 5th.
Very, very difficult.
There's still opportunities here.
Time management looks okay.
And still, after 22 laps, the top 10 almost all running nose to tail. In fact, even the top 11, really. Zhou has closed that gap back up. Sargent just under 3 seconds behind Max. Everyone else in the DRS of the car in front. The two McLarens have dropped off a little bit. But then even going further back, behind Porsche, Ricciardo and Bottas are both there. Stroll not too far behind, with Leclerc right behind him. Here's another look from Oscar. Thinks better of it. This is so competitive. unless you're a Ferrari driver. Petit is not that many laps away from getting lapped. He has a serious engine issue now as well, by the look of it. As does Lawson still. Let's have a look at those issues, see what they are. So it's gearbox for Petit, and that's bad. It's 19%. No wonder he's struggling. And Lawson, ERS. He's had no battery for most of this race, or a seriously damaged battery for most of this race. Just has not gone well for Haas this year. The only other team yet to score a point. I thought for a second Oscar might throw it up the inside. Oh, some clever slipstreaming here. And that is the move done.
Nice job.
Ocon has been passed. Beautiful, beautiful move there. We'll watch Antonelli here, but we'll see Porsche in the background. Piastri in the background, tucking into that slipstream, following through past Ocon and completing that move. Very, very smart racing there, as we have a yellow flag. And that is Porsche running a little wide.
Look at the McLaren driver here.
On the exit of Stowe, goes very wide actually.
Well, hopefully not a sign of things to
Valtteri slips on through. And another yellow flag. This time it's Sainz for the lockup.
Now here we are tackling turn 3.
In P2, chasing after Max, and that is a huge mistake.
That had on the tyres.
And Antonelli is all over him, does not have the DRS, but is now in the slipstream of Carlos Sainz.
Charge the pack.
Chance to get a little bit of battery in the cars here. Oh, in fact, we've already got the move done. That's not good. Because now we're going to give Sainz a DRS.
And happy to pick up the pushing level.
Sainz goes back through. Max now with a 5-second lead at the front. And Gasly's got past Ocon as well.
On your tyres.
Going to start putting some pressure on.
Recharge on.
And once again, Antonelli just, rockets on through there.
Nice job, mate. Gap 6 seconds. Let's go flat out.
Overtake available.
Overtake available.
Let's see if we can break away from Sainz a little bit here. Max now 6 seconds clear.
We don't want to lose too much time.
Van Dorn has been cut away from the back of Sainz, so we should get a very easy pass on the exit of Aintree here now. Get the move done down the Wellington Straight with DRS.
He has DRS.
There we go. Through into 4th place for Oscar. And a very difficult stint has been replaced with a much easier so far middle stint. Final stint, though, is going to be the important one.
He's 1.3 behind.
Antonelli is taking big bites out of Max and slowly pulling away from Sainz as well. He's broken the DRS. Oscar has now got into the DRS. Can we get past Carlos into Stowe here? We're saving our bonus fuel for the final stint. Couldn't get the move done, so we'll do a little bit more of a lift.
Good.
Just ease the tyres down again.
Recharge on is good.
Antonelli is away. It's out of battery.
Remember, recharge.
Rebuild Oscar's battery a little bit more so that we can break him away from Sainz as well.
Okay, yeah.
Where is Leclerc? Leclerc's still down in 15th. He's having the same trouble that we had in the first stint, just cannot find his way through the traffic. Sargent has now dropped to 9th place. He's under pressure from Lando Norris. I think Norris will get him on the hanger straight here.
Use overtake.
And through goes Norris. Piastri has got the move done on Sainz, and we will try and sprint him away if we can now as well.
Good step there. That is P3, your P.
Got alongside, swept around the outside. And the move was done before they even reached Stowe there. Now we have to set about going after Max. Sainz gets the DRS, so we need to keep draining what's left of the battery before he closes back in again. Stoffel is through into 5th place. Aston performing quite well with Van Dorn in these last couple of races in terms of pace, just not consistency.
Behind you is Sainz.
There we go.
1.1.
Both of our drivers are now through again. 3 seconds to Verstappen. Watch the race leader for a moment. There he is. There we are. Took a second out of him on that lap. Nearly 2 seconds with Oscar, who was using battery.
Plenty to play for.
I think Max has upped his pace. That gap's gone back up to 3.5 seconds. Gasly has got through against Sainz and has set a purple first sector. Looks like both Williams drivers having a little bit of a push at the moment.
.4. No harm done.
Lawson dropping down to 21st now.
Carlos is pitted.
And Sainz is in. That's an early second stop for someone who was on hard tyres.
Going to be long now, mate.
Copy.
We are ready for you.
It's going mediums. That'll go to the end quite comfortably. I've just realised we're in our pit window as well. We can actually go an extra few laps on both of our cars here. Give us a bit more tyre to play with in the final stint. Don't want to do too much of an overstretch though. Otherwise we'll end up losing track position. It might be better to just go very aggressive now, box, and then protect the tyres in the next stint. Let's do that instead. Let's hammer our tyres over the next couple of laps. Gasly has caught us. We need to break that DRS if we can. Don't have the battery at the moment. Williams is quick.
Tyre and plan update.
It's still okay.
Ocon is falling away. Nearly 4 seconds behind Zhou and Gasly now, who have caught right onto the back of me. It's going to be a quick lap from Gasly. Did a 1:30.7 last lap. And 1:30.5 this lap. Now he's very much in range to attack.
That is currently P3.
Gasly is now the car behind him.
Gasly goes up the inside into Brooklands. Hasn't been able to shut the door though.
Good job. P3.
Don't think we'll be able to hold him back down here though.
Tyre temperature management looking very good.
Yeah.
Gasly's going to make the move as well, or try to. There goes one.
Joe.
There goes the other. Can we hold one of them off? We can. Joe on soft as well.
We're going to be okay.
Now let's try and use this time period here. Get some battery into Oscar.
Focus on recharge.
We've lapped a Ferrari. That's Petit.
ahead on 1.9. Keep your head down.
And we go back past Pierre.
And reminder for the recharge button.
Sweet.
Copy, you're doing a good job.
Currently that's P3. P3.
And Max is pushing. Max is getting ready to stop. Gonna gamble on boxing Piastri this lap.
Gasly 0.9. He has DRS. Box now.
Copy, box.
Recharge on.
In he comes.
Oscar.
His last stop was a disaster. Just a fraction under 6.3 seconds. Need a good stop here. Van Dorn's coming in as well. This is the lap we're going to box Kimi.
Box.
Better, 2.0. That gets him up to P6. He will probably get bumped down a bit further. Where's he going to feed out? Sargent, Van Dorn, Tsunoda, Bottas, all in the pits. Sainz coming through. We are ahead of Sainz.
So Oscar, you're P11.
Let's push hard
Car behind is Sainz now.
on the outlap.
Sainz 3 seconds behind.
20 laps to go, 20 laps.
Let's have maximum pace this lap.
Sainz also on those mediums, but has done a couple of extra laps than us. He's timed down to 86% already. Is Max going to box this lap? I don't think he will. In comes Antonelli. Max has stayed out. So we've got a chance to undercut Verstappen here with both drivers.
So Oscar, we can look after this tyre.
It's not a great stop.
Copy.
2.2 seconds. It was at least clean. Ferrari unlaps itself again. There's Ricciardo. Ricciardo will get some DRS on the back of us.
P9. So Leclerc car ahead. Gap ahead 4.6. Gap 1.3. 19 laps to go. He has DRS.
Ferrari's in the way. There we go.
Okay, let's see if we can get past.
Charge the pack.
We have broken away from Sainz. Daring Ricciardo to have a try there. He couldn't do it. Albon's boxed. Max has stayed out another lap. The longer he stays out, bigger chance we have of getting that undercut.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre.
Copy.
New fastest lap for Logan Sargent, a 1:29.0.
Copy.
don't want to lose too much time.
Yeah, Max lapping about 2 seconds a lap slower than Piastri. Piastri not lapping amazingly fast at the moment. Probably lapping around Ricciardo's pace this lap, a mid 131. There's still time being clawed back against Max. Zhou boxes. We should come out ahead of him.
Yeah.
So I've got Piastri.
And there goes Ricciardo into the pits. That'll free up Oscar.
Behind 0.9.
Let's get him in front of Antonelli so we can continue to charge Antonelli's battery for a flying lap attempt.
Yeah.
Zhou gets out just in front of Sainz, so Sainz will get some DRS here. Evening, Leon.
1.1. 1.1.
And he's going to absolutely rocket past there. Those tyres not up to temperature yet for Zhou.
Tyres are just coming to the window.
Copy. Yep.
We can have recharge on now.
And now Max is in. So, critical moment of the race here. Have we done enough to overtake
We don't need to take any risks.
through the pit lane? Gasly coming in as well behind. There'll be enough of a gap, I believe, for both cars here to stop without getting in each other's way. Unless there's a mistake from Williams. That would be glorious. Medium tyres. It's a functional stop, not the quickest.
There are opportunities.
And we have undercut him. That was us going through there. Beautiful stuff. And we've caught Pourchaire as well.
Copy.
Focus on recharge.
Pack is high.
Max is on mediums. But he will be aggressive with those mediums. He will close us up very quickly.
So next car will be Piastri. Ahead 0.5.
And now we're going to wind up for our flying lap attempts.
Overtaking is very, very difficult.
No hop done.
I am trying.
Nice.
Ah, damn it. We needed to clear Pourchaire there. Max already on us.
P1.
Just show me what you've got then.
Copy.
Right, gets through. Piastri's already 3.5 seconds up the road. Gone purple in the first sector.
So Piastri next.
Not a great first sector for for Antonelli. Starting to pull away from Max though. Should be able to break him before we get to the hangar straight. And we have a yellow flag. Collision between a couple of cars.
Watch for debris.
That looks like at the exit of Chapel. Oh, yeah, Sainz tagged. No, it's not Chapel, so it's Cops, isn't it? Purple middle sector for Antonelli. So who was it who had a coming together with Sainz? Possibly Gasly.
Currently on target.
Copy that.
Fastest lap for Piastri is a 1:27.0. Antonelli a 1:28.5. Now we need to calm those tyres down.
And we'll be cooling the tyres.
Copy.
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
Copy.
More lift and coast.
So we have a small lead at the moment, but Max is going to be quicker than us. He's going to start chipping away at us little bit by little bit. This is going to be a fight to the flag here. Charles Leclerc still all the way down in 13th place. His race was ruined by that early qualifying exit. Ocon has struggled a bit as the race has progressed. He looked very, very threatening early on. Sainz still looking quick, up into 4th now as he gets past Porsche. Let's see, we've got a bit of a squabble going on here with Gasly, Ocon and Tsunoda. Van Dorn and Sargent lurking just behind, with Norris and Zhou also in close proximity. Once again, we've got this long train in the top 10. Cars so evenly matched around here. And Max has got the gap down by another second. He's just 1.5 seconds behind Antonelli. Now a second, less than a second. Max is flying right now.
We must increase the level of lift and coast.
Copy.
On 27.6.
Currently P2. Next go, Piastri. Up ahead 2.2.
Let's see how well Antonelli can defend.
Behind you now. Gap 0.2. So we need to make sure we stay ahead of him.
It's going to be pretty hard to do that against the car with the best DRS and the highest top speed. Just breeze through like we weren't even there. Can we at least stay with him as he goes after Oscar?
10 seconds to Sainz.
No, we can't.
Okay, so let's just get head down now. Overtake will be available.
Copy.
Oscar, we're at hold positions now.
And here comes Max again. This is going to be a monster lap from Verstappen. We can hold him up through Stowe. And there's Antonelli catching back up.
The car behind you now is Verstappen.
Okay, so we just need to get into that management.
Copy.
Charge the pack.
Another yellow flag. Porsche having a problem.
Copy.
Having a big problem. Right then, we can take a look now. Let's follow the
Look at
drivers
that.
then through turn 16.
Just huge swarm of cars there.
And the car fails to respond, and they ended up their own passenger.
Porsche has lost 8 places. And Max is through.
Copy.
And now we need to work together.
Plenty to play for.
Copy.
Let's use the chance now.
Recharge on.
Opened up a huge gap to Sainz. He's now 12 seconds behind us, thanks in part to that little collision of his. And he was tapped from behind.
We think there's still opportunities here.
Max's tyres still better than ours as well.
Recharge on.
Right, let's get into this tyre management.
Copy.
Porsche has boxed after that lockup. And he's gone onto a set of hard tyres. He's going to be hammering those for the remainder of this race. It's another disappointing weekend for McLaren.
Let's give it everything now.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
Batteries are almost full.
Copy.
Recharge on.
In fact, I think it might be full for Antonelli.
Car ahead is Verstappen. And 1.1. Still plenty of opportunities.
If we could just drop back a bit. Flat out. Verstappen just ahead of yourself.
There we go.
Gap 1.2.
Full batteries for both drivers.
Keep your head down. then behind that is Piastri. Gap 0.5.
Okay, use deploy. Copy.
Just keep on top of that management.
Yeah.
Ah, Kimmy, didn't want you to do that.
Piastri behind.
I'll have to push Antonelli a little bit now.
Very, very difficult.
There are opportunities ahead.
Happy to use the tyre more now. Overtake is available.
Recharge on.
Now we have the tyre advantage. Be it a slight one.
Recharge on.
Next car is Verstappen.
Okay, we don't want to lose too much time.
Overtake is available.
Into the remaining few laps.
Deep breath, we're going to be okay.
Now we're keen to pick up the management.
Copy.
Let's just manage these tyres.
Copy.
Ocon has got himself back up into P4 now. Sainz, where is Sainz? Oh wow, Sainz has dropped to 11th. But it's still so tight. Look at that group. So he's only lost maybe a second or so, 2 seconds position on track, but it's dropped him all the way down. Well, no, maybe a bit more than that actually. Ocon got through and broke away. Gasly's tried to go with him, but is leading a little breakaway again. Then it's Leclerc, Van Dorn, Norris and Sainz. Sainz has really dropped back. It's like his tyres are fading a bit too fast to keep him competitive. And that's a shame for Carlos, who's had a really, really good race today. Signs of a little bit of a resurgence for McLaren, for Mercedes. Their car still needs a lot of work.
Five laps to go.
Okay, maximum pace.
I am right.
Okay, recharge on.
Max just threatening to pull away again. Gasly on a flying lap last lap, 128.5, 2 seconds ahead of Ocon in terms of pace. Hasn't been able to break away yet though, and Ocon will come back at him down the hangar straight.
That's 4 laps to go.
Use overtake. Let's attack.
So let's start closing up that gap.
Let's try and make our move on Max. Have to consider that Leclerc would have been right up here as well had he not been knocked out qualifying so early.
Lovely stuff.
Antonelli gets through as well.
P1.
A chance to slingshot around. We have a yellow flag.
Nice job. So next car will be Piastri.
And through goes Antonelli again.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
It's another spin for Petit.
watching the
God, he's
Ferrari.
just had so many mistakes just in the last
And the
3
rear
races
just
alone.
lets go. And I wonder, could they have done anything about that? And you can
Nearly
just-
collects a car on the exit of the club chicane there as well. Three laps to go. We're going to get away from Max. We need to do it on this lap. And there we go. We have got away.
Okay, Oscar, recharge on.
Have to turn Antonelli's tyres down after this lap.
Let's keep it clean now.
Gap 0.8, he has DRS. Copy that. Lawson has blue flags,
There we go.
so as much tyre calling as you can manage, please. Copy. 2 remaining.
And now they are free to fight each other.
Overtake is available.
Overtake available.
Piastri will have more grip available in that higher push mode, but Antonelli's softs might still give him enough traction. To cause
Currently
some problems for Piastri.
to Piastri next car. Verstappen behind. 4.8.
Sargent's got himself back up into P5. What a great race for Logan Sargent, who led for most of the first stint. He won't get a podium, but he could take P4. He's right on the tail of Pierre Gasly at the moment. Antonelli has a look at the inside. Piastri shuts it down. He jinks to the outside but can't get through. 1 lap to go. Max closing the gap back up again.
Next goes Piastri.
Less than 4 seconds now, and he's going to get DRS off the back of that Haas, I think. Antonelli with a look. Not close enough into Brooklands. Max is through. Gap is 3.3 seconds now and still dropping. I think we've got enough of a gap though. If Piastri can get the DRS on the Ferrari, he will probably win this. If he can't, Antonelli will probably get him on the hanger straight. I don't think he was close enough to the Ferrari. It could still yet be a factor. They did both get the DRS. It's gonna be Piastri.
Yep, 0.3.
Oscar wins ahead of Kimi Antonelli. We ended up with another 1-2 in the end, but it's not over yet. Look at this, Sargent, side by side, coming out of Stowe into the club chicane. Round the final corner as they approach the line. And Gasly's able to hold on. It's third and fourth for Williams. A great result for them. Ocon takes sixth. Yuki Tsunoda seventh, just ahead of Charles Leclerc, who managed to get himself up to P8 there. Ninth for Lando Norris. Sainz is going to hang on for 10th. Ricciardo right behind him in 11th. Then it's Albon from Zhou, Van Dorn, Valtteri Bottas. Bit of a gap now to Porsche, who's just about able to hold off Lance Stroll through the final couple of corners. And then it'll be Perez from Iwasa. Mori could yet get past the young Japanese driver. They're about to hit the hanger straight. And they do move up into 19th place. If he can just keep it on the track for the final couple of corners. And that has been a tall order for Ferrari this season. It is going to be 19th for Marcel Mori. Iwasa will have to settle for 20th place. Lawson 21st and lapped. Petit 22nd and also very, very lapped.
Now, wasn't it an excellent showing from Oscar Piastri?
Incredible. That was a really well-deserved win. They got their race strategy absolutely spot on.
We may see these kind of scenes a lot in Formula One, but it's easy to forget just what it means to the whole team. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
And here in Silverstone, the weekend now draws to a close.
Next round, we're moving on to an exhilarating circuit. Formula One will be taking to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
So then, confirmation of the final result. It is another win. Win number 5 this season now for Oscar Piastri. Teammate Antonelli is second, but up 11 places after he was eliminated in Q2. A monster drive from the young Italian once again. Max takes P3 and another podium for him. 13 places gained for Gasly, who was knocked out in Q1, along with Charles Leclerc. So 4th place for him. Another great result for Williams. Their best result of the season, 3rd and 4th. Sargent takes 5th ahead of Esteban Ocon. Tsunoda in 7th, 8th for Leclerc, up 10 places after qualifying in 18th, 9th for Lando Norris. Sainz fading towards the end, ran very well for good chunks of this race, but just didn't have enough in the final stint. Not helped by being punted by a car behind him, possibly Porsche. Then it's Ricciardo in 11th, 12th for Alex Albon, 13th for Zhou. Disappointing for him. Again, he was looking very strong early on. Ran very long in that first stint, and that dropped him down the order when he came out of the pits, and he never really recovered from that. 14th for Stoffel, 15th for Valtteri, 16th for Teo, 17th for Stroll, 18th for Perez, 19th for Murray, 20th for Iwasa, 21st for Lawson, and 22 for Petit, lapped twice. In the driver's standings then, it's 257 points for Oscar Piastri. Antonelli in second on 173. So that gap is now 84. Max in third now, moving ahead of Charles Leclerc thanks to his fourth podium of the season. Lando stays in P5 but gets points for the first time in a couple of races. George still in 6th place, just ahead of Esteban Ocon. Gasly is in 8th place, just 4 away from hitting triple digits himself now. Then it's Porsche back in 9th, still on just 33 points. He has been a huge disappointment this season. Sainz in 10th, 11th for Zhou, 12th for Sargent, gaining a place and 10 points today, level with his teammate now. 13th for Albon, 14th for Tsunoda, 15th for Stroll, 16th for Ricciardo, 17th for Valtteri, 18th for Stoffel, 19th for Iwasa, 20th and the first non-scorer, Liam Lawson, with teammate Perez in 21st, and then the two Ferrari drivers, Marcel Mori and Sylvain Petit, bringing up the tail end of the table. In the Constructors, 534 points now for Brabham, another maximum 44 points for a 1-2 and the fastest lap for Oscar. That extends our gap by 32 points tonight. So we are now nearly 300 points clear from Red Bull. That gap is 284 points, I believe. Williams in 3rd place and now just 2 points behind Red Bull. They have been on a tear recently, much improved over last season. McLaren in 4th on 148 points. They're getting some points for the first time in a couple of races. Alpine up 1 place into 5th on 46 points now, moving ahead of Mercedes. 7th for RB, jumping Aston Martin. 8th is Aston. 9th, Sauber with 11. 10th for Haas. 11th for Ferrari. Still no points for either team. In the pit stop competition, we were able to hang on for 7th in the end with Oscar. That stop for Kimi, a 1.872. I think our new fastest stop of the year. It looks like it. Yeah, that's our new fastest stop. So we had a blisteringly quick stop last night in Austria, and we've broken that time barrier tonight as well. Fantastic. The pit crew is coming together very nicely indeed. Red Bull 2nd. Mercedes 3rd, McLaren get 4th and 8th, 5th and 6th for Alpine, good points for them, 7th as we said for Brabham with Oscar, and Williams do get a couple of points with Gasly. Haas getting a point with Liam Lawson. So in the overall standings, 322 points, we gained another 31 today. Red Bull 2nd on 179. That gap is now 143 points. McLaren in 3rd on 144. Lost a couple of points to Red Bull today, but pulled an extra point out on Mercedes, who are still in 4th. Ferrari, no points today. Their pit crew seems to have just lost its edge in the last couple of races. They're in 5th place, 105 points. Then it's Haas in 6th, Williams in 7th, Alpine moving up into 8th place above RB by 9 points now. Aston in 10th, Sauber 11th, still with just that single point, but all teams have scored. And there you see our stops. A disastrous first stop there with a car release error there for Oscar. 6.3 seconds. Terrible first stop. 2 second stop for his second stop, and then a new fastest stop of the season of all time for us. A 1.872 there for Antonet's first stop and a 2.28 on his second. And of course, both drivers will get the maximum sponsor payout thanks to smashing their targets once again. So another 1.95 mil added to the bank balance. And we have 11 days to go until the Hungarian Grand Prix and $4 million in the bank. Very nice. Now, did the cars come through unscathed? It would be nice if they did, but they didn't. We lost a rear wing. We'll have to get that switched over. Another win for Victor Martin, who has announced his retirement. So, again, he's having a great season. This could have been his breakaway season in F2 and pretty much guaranteeing him a drive in F1 next year. Given that some drivers' contracts are coming up and he's highly rated compared to some of them. And it's just not going to happen. Look at that. He's on 208 points. He is demolishing the field at the moment. He's had 5 wins and a sprint win so far this season. And yet he is not going to be sticking around. And Paul Aaron in second is also retiring as well. So that's going to leave some gaps in the F2 Championship. I don't think many people in the F2 Championship are going to find their way through into F3 either of the original drivers. I think we're going to see a lot of new gens breaking through in the years to come, but I don't see many people from the original class making it through now, unfortunately. Bit of a shame. We have a successful vote in the regulation changes. This will make next season even more challenging for us when we move to Ferrari, as we will have less hours available. We're going to lose 6 hours, 6 MAU hours, 6 MAU hours and 6 wind tunnel hours per period next season. Not ideal at all. But no, that's overall, isn't it? That's the overall totals. Yeah, we'll lose 6 hours from each next season. That's quite a big loss. So we'll definitely feel that when we're trying to resurrect Ferrari. Although the car is in slightly better shape than I thought it was. The drivers have been disguising how much progress they have made this year. Let's get that rear wing swapped out. There we go. We're not going to make any more spare rear wings as we've got a new one being developed right now. And let's advance time a little bit. Pat Fry has accepted the contract terms. We've dropped his wage ever so slightly, down to 2.6 from 2.7. Signed him for a new 4-year deal with a breakout multiplier, and that will just protect this team when we leave them going forward. They will still have a solid core of staff behind them. Side pod and suspension research projects are done. Let's save and reload so we can see what our current situation looks like. Oh, I've got to load now, haven't I? All right. Rules and regs. So we've got some progress made on chassis, but we need more. Front wing, our first front wing project is going through at the moment. Rear wing project, we still haven't done a rear wing, but we can't at the moment because we're building a rear wing. Side pods has just completed. They are looking very nice now. We can start to ease away from side pods now and start focusing on some other areas a bit more. Underfloor needs a little bit more work. Oops. And suspension still needs a fair bit of work. So let's see. We've used all of our hours on the rear wing, so let's get another suspension done. Got almost an entire 2-month period to go until the next set of hours. We will push the cooling all the way up. And we will just leave that there, and we'll ease these down a little bit just to help increase the gains in other areas. In fact, let's drop those down a bit more. There we go. And do another chassis, I think. Yeah, another chassis. Again, we'll focus in on the cooling because that's going to be the biggest affected area. %30 loss to cooling efficiency at the end of the year. 10% aero. There we go. Let's check in with our facilities. Anything in need of any TLC? Team Hub's getting a bit low. Keep an eye on that. That'll need an upgrade / refurb. An upgrade's going to be 3.5 mil. See if we can get that done for them this year as well. Weather Center is also going to need an upgrade or a refurb. That's only 2 mil, so we'll probably drop that one in as an upgrade. Helipad is okay. Tour Center and Mobility Room are fine. Still a couple of weeks away from the hospitality upgrade going through. Advance time a little bit more. Back to the inbox. Well, we are short on suspensions, aren't we? Yeah. We can build stuff again. That's good, because we need to. Let's build another 2 suspensions. We're not likely to get any new suspensions for a little while. Thank you for that, Pat. Biggest issue for everyone is car performance, but they are still all enthusiastic. Fantastic stuff there. Start of a new week, a little bit more cash, back up to 1.2 mil. And there we go, we are prepped and ready for Hungary. So, a hard fought, but very well deserved 1-2 for our team tonight. Had to really work for that one. This next track could be a little tricky as well, but for different reasons. Again, it's going to be down to the downforce, and we just know that we are lacking against the Red Bulls and the Williams. We know how quick Max is. It's our driver's form more than anything, and maybe fresher engine parts that's keeping us where we are right now on circuits like Silverstone. But as the season progresses, things could change a little bit. The new rear wing will definitely help when we get that after the summer break, improve our straight line speed a bit and our DRS quite a bit. So that will make us a lot more competitive. There will be a couple of other upgrades we will drop in as the season progresses as well. Probably just be small little updates, nothing too substantial. I want to make sure that we're leaving them a strong car for next season. Season's reg changes as well. Yeah, I mean, hard race today, but we still got the 1-2. So we're still coasting at the moment towards a mighty 1-2 in the championship in the drivers, and 1-2, well, a clear runaway win in the constructors. We're on target to win the pit stop competition as well, and then maybe we can actually poach Antonelli to Ferrari when we go to Ferrari next year, make him our number 1 driver, partner him up with someone like Gabriele Mini maybe. I do want to go all Italian with the staff if I can. So we might have to get a little creative with our hiring practices to try and get an Italian core of staff at Ferrari. Although historically, an all-Italian staff at Ferrari in real life has never been the greatest thing. So maybe we'll be dooming ourselves by doing that. Who knows? But it is another 1-2. We sit comfortably ahead in both championships right now. Mighty gap. More than double, once again, Red Bull's points. Williams are really starting to come good. If they can keep their development going, as they have got the quickest car right now, and keep Max happy, then I can see them beating Red Bull this year as well. That's going to be an interesting fight to keep an eye on. We will be back with the next round, Budapest, on Monday. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's race. If you have, please do drop a like. If you're not yet subscribed, then please consider subscribing as well. Hit that notification bell to get notified when I go live with my streams. Until Monday, I hope you have a good weekend, and I will be back with more F1 Manager very soon.